Picture this. You're at a dinner with friends. Everyone's laughing, the food smells amazing, and the conversation turns to money. One guy leans back, chest out, and drops the line. "Yeah, thanks to the housing market, I'm officially a millionaire." Everyone at the table goes quiet for a second. A few impressed nods, maybe even a "congrats, man." And you? You feel that little sting of envy. The thought sneaks in, wow, he made it. But here's the kicker. Behind that big number he's bragging about, there's a secret no one talks about. His millionaire status? It's built on a house he lives in, furniture that loses value every day, and maybe a car in the driveway that's technically worth less every time he starts the engine. Sure, he looks rich on paper, but in reality, he's one leaky roof, one job loss, one medical emergency away from financial stress. That, my friend, is the trap of being paper rich and cash poor. The illusion of paper wealth. We live in a world obsessed with labels. 6 figures, millionaire, net worth goals. They sound amazing. They feel like milestones in a financial video game. Hit the number, unlock the achievement, level up in life. But let's get brutally honest. Most of these milestones are illusions. Net worth, as flashy as it sounds, is nothing more than math on a spreadsheet. Add up what you own: house, car, savings, maybe grandma's antique clock. Subtract what you owe: mortgage, credit cards, student loans. If the final number is $1 million or more, congrats, you're wealthy. At least that's the story. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of that number is useless for day-to-day freedom. Your house? It can't pay the electric bill. Your car? It won't cover groceries. Your furniture? Good luck trading that sofa for a plane ticket to Bali. It's like being told you own a treasure chest, but the chest is bolted to the floor and the key is missing. Why this trap is so dangerous? Now, you might be thinking, okay, but isn't it still good to own a house or a car or stuff? Absolutely. Home ownership is an achievement. It shows discipline, stability, commitment. But here's where the trap snaps shut. If the majority of your wealth is tied up in things you can't easily use, then your net worth is just a pretty number. It doesn't translate to freedom, flexibility, or peace of mind. That's why you'll see so many people who look rich on the outside. Big homes, luxury cars, impressive net worths, yet they're constantly stressed about money. They're living proof of this harsh reality. Being paper rich doesn't mean you're life rich. The social flex. Let's be real. So much of this comes down to appearances. We live in a world where success is measured by what people can see. The big house with a manicured lawn, the shiny car parked outside, the Instagram post announcing just closed on our dream home. It screams wealth. It screams stability. It screams, I made it. But here's the secret no one admits. Behind those social media flexes, many of these so-called millionaires are checking their bank balance every week, cutting back on vacations, and praying the water heater doesn't break. It's like wearing a designer suit, but not being able to afford lunch. You look amazing, but you're starving inside. Net worth versus real wealth. This is where the distinction becomes crystal clear. Net worth is everything you own minus everything you owe. That includes your house, your car, your stuff. Liquid wealth is what you can actually spend or invest today. Cash, stocks, bonds, retirement accounts, even that Venmo balance you forgot about. And here's the kicker: net worth looks good on paper. Liquid wealth gives you options in real life. One makes you look rich. The other makes you free. Think about it. Would you rather brag about owning $1 million home or quietly know you have $500,000 in cash and investments that could cover you for years, no matter what? Which one actually buys you peace of mind? A quick analogy. Being paper rich is like having a golden crown welded to your head. Everyone sees it, admires it, maybe even envies it. But you can't take it off, you can't sell it, you can't use it, you're stuck with it. Being truly wealthy is different. It's like holding a stack of keys to choices, keys to freedom, keys to say yes or no to life on your own terms. And let's be honest, which would you rather have? A crown you can't remove, or keys that unlock any door you choose? Why this matters. Here's why I'm telling you this. Because too many of us are playing the wrong game. We're chasing numbers, labels, and appearances. We're obsessed with how much we're worth on paper, but we forget to ask, how much of that wealth can I actually use today? If life threw me a curveball tomorrow, would I have options, or just a house I can't sell? This is the heart of fake financial freedom. It's the illusion of safety without the reality of flexibility. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So here's where we leave part 1. You now know the illusion. You see how easy it is to look rich on paper, but be stuck in reality. But the story doesn't end here. In next part, we're going deeper. We'll explore how people fall into the paper-rich trap, why America is full of house-rich, cash-poor millionaires, and what that actually looks like behind closed doors. Spoiler alert, it's not as glamorous as it seems. Stay tuned. This is where things get really eye-opening. In part 1, we uncovered the illusion of being paper-rich, that net worth number that looks shiny but doesn't actually translate to freedom. Now, let's make this real. Let's walk into the homes, the lives, the choices of people who look successful from the outside, but inside are trapped in the paper-rich, cash-poor cycle. Story 1. Family A, the dream house. Meet Family A. They did everything right. Worked hard, saved up for years, and finally bought their dream home, a $900,000 suburban house. 4 bedrooms, a huge backyard, the kind of kitchen you see on Pinterest. From the outside, perfection. Their neighbors drive by and think they've made it. But here's what you don't see. Every month, most of their income disappears into mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, repairs, and keeping up with that perfectly trimmed lawn. By the end of the month, their bank account looks thinner than they'd like. Vacations? Rare. Emergencies? Stressful. They're technically millionaires on paper. The home plus a few retirement accounts tip them over the line. But in reality, they're house rich, cash poor. They can't touch their wealth without selling the very home that defines their success. It's like owning a fancy sports car, but never having enough gas money to actually drive it. Story 2. Family B, the quiet renters. Now, let's walk across town to Family B. They don't own a home. They rent a modest apartment. No granite countertops, no Instagram-worthy backyard. To the outside world, they look behind. But here's the twist. Instead of putting everything into a house, they steadily invested their savings in index funds, bonds, and a healthy cash reserve. Over the years, those investments grew. Today, they've got over $1 million in liquid assets. They may not own the house, but guess what they do own? The ability to take a vacation anytime. The flexibility to quit a job they hate. The peace of mind knowing an unexpected expense won't derail their life. From the outside, Family A looks richer, but in reality, Family B is free. Why people fall into the trap? So why do so many people end up like Family A? The cultural script. From childhood, we're told, buy a house, it's the American dream. Owning property is seen as the ultimate status symbol. And yes, real estate can be a powerful asset, but when it's your only asset, it turns into a prison instead of freedom. The illusion of equity. Every mortgage payment makes you feel richer. You see that equity growing year after year. But unless you plan to sell or refinance, it's just numbers on a paper statement. The social pressure. Friends, family, coworkers, they applaud the big purchase. Nobody claps when you quietly buy index funds. Nobody throws you a party from maxing out your 401k. So we chase applause instead of true freedom. A closer look. Retirees on paper. This trap gets even scarier when retirement hits. Imagine a couple in their late 60s. They live in a gorgeous $800,000 home, fully paid off. On Zillow, they look golden, millionaires even. But open their bank account, and you'll see maybe $50,000 in savings, a small pension, a little Social Security. What does that mean? They're rich on paper, but every month feels like a juggling act. Property taxes go up, healthcare costs rise, the water heater breaks, and suddenly they're dipping into their tiny savings. Vacations? Out of the question. Eating out? Rare. Meanwhile, their friend down the street rents a small apartment but has $1.2 million spread across stocks and bonds. On paper, the renter looks less successful. In reality, they're sleeping peacefully, booking trips, and spoiling the grandkids without worry. See the irony? Paper wealth looks impressive. Liquid wealth feels liberating. The illusion of freedom. Here's the dangerous part. Being paper rich tricks people into thinking they're safe. They see the big net worth number and relax. They assume they've made it. But the moment life throws a curveball, a job loss, a medical bill, a family emergency, that safety vanishes. Because you can't eat your house. You can't swipe your kitchen countertops at the grocery store. You can't pay hospital bills with your car's Kelley Blue Book value. It's wealth that exists, but can't be touched. It's like being told you have $1 billion Monopoly dollars while everyone else is paying in cash. Looks fun until you actually need to buy something. The quiet reality of fake freedom. This is why so many millionaires quietly stress behind closed doors. They drive nice cars, but check their balance before filling the tank. They post vacation photos, but put it all on credit cards. They live in big houses, but pray nothing breaks because repairs would crush their budget. It's the illusion of wealth without the reality of freedom. And here's the sad truth. The system almost pushes us here. Banks celebrate when you take on a mortgage. Magazines call you a success story for buying property. Society cheers for the big, visible milestones. But no one talks about the silent stress that comes with being cash poor. So here's where we stand. We've seen the illusion. We've walked into the homes of the paper rich. We've seen the retirees, the families, the social flexes. And now we ask the real question. If net worth is often smoke and mirrors, what does true wealth look like? How do you flip the script and build wealth you can actually use? That's what we'll unpack in Final Part. We'll break down the exact steps to move from paper wealth to real financial freedom. Because being rich on paper is just a story. Being rich in life, that's where the game changes. Stick with me. The best part is coming next. We've pulled back the curtain on what it means to be paper rich, the illusion of wealth that looks good on spreadsheets but doesn't translate to real freedom. We've walked through the stories of families who look successful, yet struggle quietly. And now it's time to flip the script. Because here's the truth. You don't have to settle for fake freedom. You can build real, usable wealth. Wealth that buys you options, flexibility, and peace of mind. Step 1. Redefine wealth. First things first, we need to stop obsessing over net worth and start focusing on liquid worth. Ask yourself, if I needed money within 7 days, how much could I actually access? That number, not the Zillow estimate of your house, not your car's resale value, not your fancy furniture, that number is your real wealth. Because wealth you can't touch isn't freedom, it's a mirage. Step 2. Build a cash cushion. Before chasing investments or luxury purchases, build a cash buffer. This isn't just an emergency fund, it's a stress relief fund. 3 to 6 months of living expenses, liquid and available.
Park it in a high-yield savings account.
Don't touch it unless you absolutely need to. Why? Because when life throws a curveball, cash is the shock absorber. It's the difference between panic and calm. Step 3. Invest in liquid assets. Once you've built your cushion, start stacking investments you can access. I'm talking index funds, ETFs, stocks, bonds, retirement accounts you steadily contribute to. These aren't as flashy as buying a giant home, but here's the beauty. They grow, they spin off dividends, and they can be sold in days if you need the money. That's the power of liquidity. It's like owning a well that never runs dry, versus owning a painting you can't sell. Step 4. Focus on cash flow. Here's where it gets exciting. If you want real financial independence, you need income that doesn't depend on a 9-to-5 job. This can come from dividends from your investments, rental income if you're comfortable with real estate, royalties or side hustles that generate passive income, even interest from bonds or savings. This is what separates the paper rich from the truly free. Because when your money makes money, you're no longer trading your life for a paycheck. Step 5. Think long-term, start small. Here's the part people always underestimate. You don't need to start big. $50 a week into index funds. $200 a month into a retirement account. Small, automatic transfers into savings. It feels tiny at first, but compound growth turns tiny drops into a flood. And the best part? The sooner you start, the less pressure you put on your future self. Step 6. Challenge the success myth. Now for the mindset shift. Because none of this works if you're still chasing the illusion of wealth society sells you. The big house? It's nice, but it's not freedom. The luxury car? Fun, but it's not security. The impressive net worth on paper? Meaningless if you can't use it. Real success is quieter. It's the freedom to walk away from a toxic job. It's the ability to take your kids on a trip without stressing about credit card bills. It's sleeping at night without worrying about emergencies. That's success. That's freedom. A final analogy. Think of paper wealth like a beautiful glass sculpture. It's fragile, it's impressive, and everyone admires it. But you can't eat it, you can't spend it, and if it breaks, it's gone. Now think of liquid wealth like water. It flows, it adapts, it sustains life. It's not flashy, but it's powerful. Would you rather have a glass sculpture that looks good in your living room or a river that keeps flowing no matter what? Take action today. So here's your challenge. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait until you earn more, save more, or feel ready. Start small. Open that high-yield savings account. Set up automatic transfers into an index fund. Track your liquid net worth, not just your total net worth. Every small step is a key to options, a key to freedom, a key to living life on your terms. The real takeaway. At the end of the day, being paper rich is like winning a trophy for a game you didn't play. It looks good on the shelf, but it doesn't change your life. Being cash rich, freedom rich, life rich, that's the true prize. So next time someone brags about their net worth, smile politely. Then ask yourself a better question. How much of my wealth can I actually use to create the life I want? Because that, not the paper number, is the truth about real financial freedom. If this opened your eyes, don't forget to share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more deep dives into money, freedom, and building a life that's truly yours. And remember, don't just be paper rich, be life rich. I'll see you in the next video.